I'll say it again. I will say it again. You can become a 7-figure monthly income earner in this business by just mastering the act of prospecting and inviting. If you now add the third one to it, which is presenting and closing, my dear, that will be mega. I'm telling you. You don't need to be a world-class speaker. I'm telling you. Even though if you wish to be one, my dear, strive. Strive for perfection. Strive for perfection. Please, is my audio low or is it cracking or something? Please, Ibrahim, kindly unmute yourself. Let me know. Please help me.
It's okay. It's okay on my own hand, yes, sir.
It's very clear.
Yes, very clear, my own.
Okay, let me be sure that it's people's network. Let me have someone else again unmuted. Olushola, Ma'am Olushola Olatunde, can you unmute yourself, please? Madam Olushola, can you kindly unmute yourself? Okay, I want to know if my sound is really cracking, because sometimes it could be coming from your own network. Okay, Mr. Tobechu is telling me it's clear. Please, if my voice is very clear, my audio is clear where you are, can you just send me a message? Mr. Chachi is saying it's clear. So those of you having issues with your sound, maybe it's not clear, I guess it's your own network. Okay, you can see that. A lot of people are telling me here it's clear. Okay, I guess it's from your own network. All right, so just as I was saying, if you can master the act of prospecting, sharing those messages, and inviting, you will become a constant 6-figure earner. Then if you can master the act of presenting and closing, 7-figure earning wouldn't be far from you any moment from now. So those first 3 disciplines to master in order to succeed is very important. Prospecting, inviting, and presenting. Presentation and closing. Let me tell you how I know people that will succeed. When someone joins the business, let me use, for example, now, someone that enters into a university, or maybe you'll start going through a course, a professional course. The first thing you do is to do what? Is to look at the course outline. The things you are to learn. When you want to read a book, what's the first thing most of you go to? Table of content. Do you know your course outline? Do you know your course outline in this business? Do you know it? Don't guess. I told myself, I'm going to lead a team that is well trained, that is well established, that is well informed, that is well exposed. That is the kind of team I want to lead. I don't want to lead a team of ignorant persons. You come in, not knowing much, you stay with me. First of all, I put into you the mindset of being a professional. Yes, that's what first I put into you. Striving unto perfection every day. Yes, you keep improving on yourself. That's the first thing I do. You keep improving on yourself. If better is possible, then the best is not enough, because your best can be better. I get what I'm saying. That's the first thing I put into you. You keep developing. You keep improving. You keep developing. You keep developing. Never you say, oh, I used to be this. No, you have to keep what? Moving higher and higher. That's the first thing I do. Then the second thing is what? You keep mastering. Listen to me. You must be aware of these 7 core disciplines for you to succeed. Don't just tell me, I started the business, because that's what a lot of people do. They tell me, I started the business 3 months ago, and then the first question I ask them is this. Number 1, what are the 7 core disciplines you are to master to become successful in the business? They will not say, you have to learn to talk. No. Don't jump. I said, can you give it to me chronologically? The way I studied it, the way it's been stated. Now, the next thing I'm going to say is this. It's obvious. Excuse me. It's obvious you've not been attending the millionaire school. For sure. How can you pass a course when you don't even know your course outline? You are going through a semester, you don't know the course outline. You can't tell yourself, okay, I am good with this course, I am good with this section, I am good with here, I'm good with there. Then let me, I'm not good here, I'm not good there. I need to focus here. I need to focus on this scale for this week. I want to make sure that I'm very, very established when it comes to prospecting and inviting this week. I'm going to put my mind on it. I'm going to make sure that I get it right. Yes, I'm going to make sure I get it right. That's how to grow. The following week, you're saying, you know what? I'm going to make sure that I master the act of sharing the business with people. I'm going to give myself 2 weeks. I'm going to give myself 1 month. Okay, I may not be able to talk like engineer also, but I'm going to get people to watch the recorded video with me, because that is another important thing you must note. You mustn't learn to talk like me. Sharing the business one-on-one with people, there are 2 ways you do that. Either you have the slides presenting the business to people, maybe to a group of persons, or maybe you are in a seminar, okay, or you're in a church gathering, and then you are talking to people, you are presenting the business to people. That could be that. Or you are playing the recorded video with them one-on-one, which is very effective. You bring people to your house, you sit down with them, and you play the video with them from your house. That is what business presentation means. It's not just about, using all those slides and talking and screaming like engineer also. No. It's also about watching the video with people. That's one-on-one presenting. Are you hearing me? You tell yourself, I'm going to become a professional here. I'm going to become a professional. Then we'll always match presenting and closing together. Okay? What is closing? Demanding for immediate action. Immediate action. You are done watching the video. Does that sound interesting? Obviously, yes. Let's get started now. Let us start today. Some of you, when you start closing, let me tell you what's going to happen to you. You will start fidgeting. Hey, maybe they will tell me I'm being forceful. There's nothing like being forceful. When you are giving your child something you know that will help him or her, how do you do it? With high level of courage and confidence. You demand. Do it. It will help you. I'm your mom, but this time around, you don't tell people I'm your mom. When you say go ahead and tell them, do it. I know it will help you. You know I can't deceive you. Let's do it now. Let's do it what? Now. That is closing. You just have to build. Confidence and courage is like muscle. Like a muscle. Right now, I'm not exercising. For those of you that know me so well, right, you can see myself, you can see me here. My hands are so thin now. I'm not exercising. My shoulders are very low. I'm not exercising because when you're not exercising, the muscles don't get built up. I'm not exercising now. Yeah, I'm not exercising as in heavily to build up muscles. All right. So maybe soon I will start. I do just few body exercises, just to keep myself fit. But sometimes I love to build up so that my chest will come out, my head. See, that is how confidence is. As you're building it, you're doing the press up, the muscles are developing. The muscles are developing. And then, the stature comes out. And you'll be like, wow, I love my stature. Look at my shoulders. It's high. Oh, my God. Come on. That is the way confidence is. You build confidence like a muscle, and you develop confidence, and you build it up through what? Exercise. You keep exercising it. Keep exercising it. And the more you do it, the more confident you become. That is also the way skill as a whole is. You keep doing it, you keep perfecting. You keep doing it, you keep perfecting. You keep doing it, you keep improving. Come on, that's what it is. So the first thing I want you to do today is to ask yourself, what is your level on the scale of 1 to 10? What is your level on the first 3 disciplines? Prospecting, inviting, presenting, through closing. These are the first 3 disciplines. I'll say it again. At the end of this lecture, I need you to score yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. What's your level on prospecting, inviting, presenting, through closing on a scale of 1 to 10? Do that every single day. Do it for the next 30 days. If you can improve yourself, if you can improve, I'm telling you, on these 3 core disciplines, I'm telling you, you will see your business flying. You will see your business flying. Now, I want to play a video for us from our mentor. It's a video that many of you here must have mastered. But I just noticed that week in, week out, we are having lots and lots of new persons. So I have to keep revisiting these foundations. There are three reasons why people join you, and there are three reasons why people won't join you in this business. I'll say it again. There are three reasons why people will join you, and there are three reasons why people will not join you in this business. How many of you would love to know that? How many of you will love to have people you encounter and then 90% of them says yes to the business? How many of you? How many of you? Let me see wave your hand. You want to have that magic wine? Some persons here asked me the question on my chat, on WhatsApp. I said, sir, how do you do it? I've been talking to this guy. I've been talking to this man. But then in the presentation, can you imagine all of a sudden, he has paid. How do you do it? How do you talk to people and then they are making payments immediately? How do you do it? Let me see all those of us on video. How many of you here want to see and you want to know what I do that gets people to pay money immediately at the end of my meetings? How many of you want to learn that? Let me see you. Let me see you. Now, listen carefully. There is something I usually do when I'm having a presentation that some of you don't know. There are three questions I do answer. I don't wait for people to ask me those questions because most persons won't ask you those questions directly. And if you're not aware of those questions, at the end of the day, if you don't answer it for them, in their mind, they may tell you, okay, I will think about it, and then that'll be all. That'll be the end. But when you are ready, when you are able to, to answer those questions, it's like you're rolling away in all those roadblocks. Let me just tell you what I feel presenting is. Business presentation is. Business presentation is about rolling away obstacles, objections, those things that people have in mind that can keep them up from, seeing clearer the opportunity. That's what I do in my presentation. I roll it off. I keep making it clearer. I keep making it clearer until the only thing they are seeing at that point in time, at that point, at the end of the presentation is this: I'm the only one left now. I can't be my own enemy. How can I be my own enemy? I don't have any reason why I should join the business. That's the only thing they are seeing. But when they came into the presentation, they have reasons, they have doubts, they have fears. But all of a sudden, during the presentation, I'm rolling them away. I'm rolling them away. That's the reason why you will notice that when I get people unmuted and I ask them, do you have any areas of concern that you need me to clarify you on? 99% of them tells me no. How many of you have noticed it? Let me see with your hand. Let me see what your hand. You've noticed it. And then you'll be wondering, does it mean people truly don't have questions? And I will even come down and say again, see, wait. Some of you will tell me, right now, when you want to pay your money, then some levels will start speaking to your mind. Tell me sincerely, what is it? Do you have any areas of concern? They will still tell me, no. Let me tell you what happened. I know exactly what I did during the presentation. It is not by accident. Don't ever think that whatever I say in my presentation, I just say it for saying its sake. Let me tell you, many of you must have noticed that I repeat myself a lot. 80% of what I say in my presentations every night is the same thing. How many of you have noticed it too? Wave your hand. Wave your hand. Now that will show you clearly that I know exactly what I'm doing. I know what I mean. Everything I say is very intentional. And whatever I do is moved towards answering those three most important questions. So let's take a look at a training, the 3 psychological reasons why people will join you. And as well, I want to put it also why they won't join you. It's just a very short video. When you're done listening to it, we are going to be discussing it. All right? Because I need you to get yourself to a point where once people watch our recorded video, once they attend our live Zoom meeting, they should pay their money immediately. That's what I want to do for you today. And I promise you, if you can take to heart the lessons today, come on. From tomorrow, from today even, you will start seeing great and awesome results. All right, so let's get started. Let me share the video with us. Let me share it with us. I want you to get your Millionaire School notes out and then get ready to jot. Get ready to jot. All right. Okay, I'm up.
Okay, in this module, we're going to be talking about the psychological reasons that cause people to take action in network marketing. And I'm not going to have to get overly deep here. I have studied human psychology almost my entire career in network marketing. I've spent $10,000 in one day to enhance my speaking ability and my ability to close from stage. I've gone through neuro-linguistic programming certification. I mean, I've read countless books on persuasion. And what I've come to after probably many hundreds of hours of study on the psychological reasons of why people take action in network marketing, it really boils down to three main things. So three main factors that I'm going to cover here. And as you're presenting, it's important that you focus on these. Now, when I'm in front of a crowd and I say, you know, I'll ask a question, what is it that causes people to join our opportunity? People will always say things like our product. They'll say things like our compensation plan. They'll say financial freedom. They'll say hope. They'll say all these different things that they'll say. And really what it boils down to is three things, because you can have the best product in the world. You can have the best compensation plan in the world, the best leadership, the best company management, the best upline leadership, all of that. And that is what most people focus on. Most people focus on, we're the greatest this, we're the greatest that. You know, we've got the most revolutionary this, the most revolutionary that. And, you know, it almost makes me sick. And I just laugh at it because they just don't understand the minds of the prospect. And so there are three things in your career in network marketing. You want to get good at answering these three things, okay? And the three things are, number one, does it work?
Does it work?
Number two, can I do it? The most important question that your prospect has is, can I do it? Can I be successful? Does not matter how much success you've had. Does not matter how much success other people have had. Does not matter how great the compensation plan. None of that matters unless you can answer the question in their mind that they can do it themselves. Number three is, will you help me? So number one, most important is, can I do it? Okay. So let's cover the three. Number one, does it work? Does it work? People want to know that other people are having success. Now, if you look at infomercials, you know, why are infomercials so successful? Well, if you look at an infomercial, more than half of an infomercial is what? Testimonies. It's success stories. It's people who've had success using the product. And, you know, you look at the real estate investment seminar, so the real estate investment infomercials, it's just story after story after story of other people having success. So it does matter that other people have success. That is important. They need to know it works. Is there other people who are having success with it? So you want to be able to point that out. It's one of the main reasons why we have success stories come up and share their story. Because if you're not pointing out other success stories, and it's just you trying to explain everything, then, you know, they tend to not really believe it could work for them if they don't see it working for other people. So it's just how the human mind works, is for people to believe that it will work for them, they need to believe that they need to see that it works for others. Okay, so people believe based on what they see. It's the bandwagon approach in advertising. You know, one of the things that you'll see in, you know, a lot of advertising is people will highlight the number of happy customers, number of people who have bought a product, number of people who've done certain things. It creates social proof. So social proof is an important factor in having people see that it actually works. Now, another thing that does it work, is the company having success? Is the company stable and things like that? That's an example. Does it work? So that's number one. Number two is, can I do it? Okay, again, this is the most important piece. Can I be successful? And unfortunately, most presenters are more, they're more concerned with them wowing the crowd with their ability to speak than they are relating to the crowd. Now, I'm not saying don't try to be a great speaker. I have focused a lot of my career on being a great speaker, but I've never forgotten where I came from. If you forget where you came from, you're on your way back, is the way I look at it. And so my most important thing, which is way above impressing people with speaking ability, is being relatable. It's letting them know I'm like them. You know, there's no difference than me. There's no difference between you and me. It's just that I've been doing this a little bit longer. Okay. And so, you know, can I do it? And I'm going to tell you some of the ways that you can do this. In fact, one of the ways that I do this, if you're doing a one-on-one presentation, maybe a two-on-one presentation, if you're using a video type presentation, or maybe it's a webinar, maybe it's a conference call you're having someone listen to, one of the questions that me as the presenter, I personally like to do, I want to answer that question for the people in my group. As a presenter, I want to answer that. Now, a lot of presenters will not do that, and the video itself may not do that if you're showing a video. And so it's important that you do, if someone else doesn't, is answer the question, can I do it? And so here's an example. When I'm at some point in my presentation, I'm going to have everyone say something. I'm going to say this is usually how I present it. I'm going to say, by, you know, at this point, you've learned about our company, you've learned about our product, our compensation plan. You've heard from a lot of other people who've had a lot of success with our company, but I know it doesn't really matter how much success all these other people are having. It doesn't matter how great our company is and how great our product is. What matters for you and you joining our business is, could you do it? You know, I know that's the biggest question in your mind is, could you be successful with this? And I want to answer that question by just asking you a simple question. And I just want you to be honest with me. And this will have you determine if you can or if you can't. Can I get your commitment that you will answer it honestly? Say yes. And everyone says yes, right? And I say, here's the question. I want you to look at the person who invited you here tonight. Just take a look at them real quick. And here's the question. Can you do what they're doing right now? Can you do that? And, you know, obviously the answer is yes. And then I'll say, you know, obviously the answer is yes. They're not doing anything. I'm here. I'm doing the explaining. I'm presenting the product and the entire opportunity. And guess what? I will do the same thing for you. Guess what? Every week, we've got someone right here that will do the presentation for you. You never have to get on stage if you don't want to. If you want to speak in public, hey, we're going to encourage you to come do it. You can, but if you'd rather just invite people to see this, you can absolutely do this. We've had people who have reached the highest levels in our company, and they don't present. Yeah. They just invite people to see this. And so what I'm doing there is I'm getting the point in their mind that they can be successful. In fact, one of the other things that I do is I show when people become a representative with our company, they get a website. It's a video-driven website, and there's 3 videos. There's a 3-step system, 1, 2, 3. And so let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a question to see if you can be successful, and this will have you decide for yourself. Do you know people who can count to 3? If so, if the answer is yes, you can lead them to your website. They can watch video 1, 2, and 3. Those videos will do the presentation on your behalf. So again, at no point do you have to go out and be a salesperson. Yeah. In fact, I want everyone to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I will not become a cheesy salesperson. Become a cheesy salesperson, right? And so I'm telling them, don't go out and be a salesperson. And of course, they're thinking, oh, thank goodness, I didn't want to. Here's the reality of the situation. 95% of the people in the world do not like to sell. They hate to sell. Only 5%. The rest would rather eat worms than have to sell something. And so I do this in my presentations, is I actually explain that concept. I say, listen, how many of you by show of hands really love to sell things? And, you know, I'll have a handful of people that will raise their hand. Most of the crowd does not. And I say, well, this illustrates my point. And I'm going to tell you why our company has been so successful. Our company has been so successful because we have a system of doing business that does not require people to go out and have to become a cheesy salesperson. We have tools that will do the selling on our behalf. So if you can sit down with someone and push play on a video, you can be successful. If you can invite someone to an event like this, you can be successful. But here's what I want you to commit that you will not do is go explain this to the people you know. If you go try and sell it to the people that you know,
scared.
they are less likely to join because they're going to think they have to go sell it. So don't do that. If you'll go to people and you will just show them the video, if you'll invite them to an event like this, you'll answer the question in their mind, they can do it. Now, another thing that I'm doing there is I'm future pacing them. I'm actually bringing them, I'm speaking to them as if they're already in the business. I'm training them, even though they're not even in. I'm speaking to them as if they already are. So it's just putting them in the mindset that they've already joined, okay? So that's answering the questions. A couple different ways to answer the question, can you do it? Can you be successful with this? Now, here's another. If you're doing a video presentation, and I'll talk about this again, I'll reiterate this in the next week on closing, is if you're using a video to present, one of the things that I like to do before I push play on the video is I say, John, what I want you to do is pay attention to what I have to do to explain all this to you. And then I just kind of overemphasize, I put out my finger and I hit play. Okay, I want you to pay attention to what I have to do to explain this to you. And then I hit play. And what just happened in John's mind? John just realized I didn't explain anything. All I did is push play. And so while the presentation is happening, he's answering the question for himself that he can do this because he just saw he can do what I just did. Now, after the video is over, here is, in fact, I even explain this sometimes if I'm in front of a crowd and I tell you, I'll just say, how many of you want to learn my ninja sales technique, my ninja technique on enrolling people in the business? Once the video, I show them the video on my website, and when the video is over, I ask them what they like best, and they tell me, they said, oh, they like the product, they like the, business side, whatever they liked. And I said, all right, well, listen, I love all those things too, but I do have to ask you a question to see if you qualify to be successful with this. Do you think you have the ability to push play on a video like I just did with you? And obviously the answer is always yes. Every case it's yes. So that's how I close, is I answer the question. I just have them tell me they can do it. They answered the question. They said yes. And once they say that, I say, congratulations, you qualify. Welcome to the team. And I put my hand out and I shake it. Again, one of the things I'll talk about in the closing week is putting your hand out. When you put your hand out to shake someone's hand, that signifies closing the deal. In fact, if you extend your hand to shake it, and they don't shake your hand back, that would be considered rude. It's considered rude not to shake someone's hand back. And so, but when they do shake your hand, that signifies sealing the deal. So it's almost, psychologically, it's almost rude for them not to enroll. So this is some really, really powerful stuff that will greatly increase your closing ratios. So those are a few different ways that you answer the question, can I do it? The last thing is, will you help me? Now, a lot of people are brand new to network marketing. A lot of people have done network marketing and they haven't been successful with it. And so, because they're new, they may have some uneasiness. They may have some uncertainty as it relates to doing this. And people they need to know that you're there to help them. And it may just be as simple as you telling them, listen, when you get started, I am going to be your wingman. I'm going to take you by the hand and I'm going to walk you through every step of the way to make sure if you're serious about being successful with this, we will make you successful. Fair enough? Cool. You put out your hand to shake their hand. Okay. Another thing you can do, will you help me? And this is part of post-meeting game. And that is basically just telling them, listen, when you get started, My job is to teach you how to put me to work for you. My job is to teach you everything that I know. It's to take you by the hand and walk you through every step of the way. And so I just want to tell you, from my heart to yours, I am here for you. You will give up on you before I'll give up on you. I will never give up on you. If you will be coachable and teachable, if you let me be your wingman, we will make you unstoppable and we will make you successful. Fair enough? Cool. Let's get you in. All right. So I'm just telling them that I will be there to help them. Okay. You want to answer that question. So those three things. Now I'm going to go back on the question, can I do it? One of the things that I've figured out over the years, some people just need to be told they can do things because they may not have been raised with parents or family members or teachers or friends who really empowered them in life. And so they live their entire life within uncertainty and doubt about themselves. And so, when it comes to getting involved in network marketing, it may be a little bit new, it may be a little bit scary for them, and they may be on the fence. And when people are on the fence, when people say they don't have the money, when people say they don't have the time, what that really means is I don't believe I can be successful with this. It's a lack of self-belief that they can do it. And there's been I have enrolled so many people over the years because I realized that. I realized they just, the number two question, can I do it, hasn't been answered yet. And in many cases, all you have to do is you can look someone square in the eye and say, John, you can do this. Let's get you started.
Let's get started.
And you just giving them that level of belief in themselves is what they need to be able to, pull the trigger, to be able to make a decision to get started. So realize in many cases, it's your belief in other people is what's going to give them the belief that they can do it. Sometimes you have to believe more in other people than they believe in themselves. And in fact, unfortunately, in most cases, that is true. For most people, other people believe in them more than they believe in themselves. Realize that is part of human nature. If you will just, keep that in your mind as you're interacting with people and, have that can I do it in your mind, you are really going to enroll a lot more people, and it's going to allow you to rise up to become the leader that you really want to become.
Have you now seen my secrets? How many of you have seen my secrets? Should I start itemizing them for you? Let me show you one of the first things I do, and I know it will shock many of you. Whenever I show the vision of the project about creating 100,000 entrepreneurs, that place I normally say things like, I need you right now to check yourself. Are you willing to be mentored? Who doesn't want to be mentored? Who doesn't want to be supported? Do you believe in the vision of the project? I'm getting them to believe in the possibility of who doesn't want to believe he can make millions? Who? I believe you must be willing to build a business. Who doesn't want to own a business? They look at the deal, look at the real thing there. I will not tell them, analyze yourself. Send me a message on the chat saying, I am in, I am qualified. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm getting them psychologically saying, I can do the business and I'll be very successful in the business. That's what I'm doing. I don't like having this training. Many a times when I have this training, people will be like, hey, this man really played on my mind though. Could it be? Could it be? Oh my God. Oh my. Madam Christiana Okoye, I don't like the way you're looking at me from that your video. It's as if that's what you're thinking in your head. I was done teaching this at Gombe State, and a man came up to me and was like, hi, okay, you're very smart. Oh, no wonder. No wonder. Some of my friends I invited, they paid money, and then when they went back home, they were like, it's as if this man used juju and also, see how you just talk. And immediately we paid money. Let me tell you, I can't count how many persons that said that I used juju on them. I'm telling you. Let me tell you what happened. I didn't use any juju on them. When people come for training, let me tell you what I do. I know actually they are in an environment, and I'm very intentional with it. I saturate that environment, I supercharge it. Now, when they are done taking action, see what happens. They leave that environment. It happens to everybody. How many of you have been to church before? Pastor is preaching. Oh my God, anything is possible. You believe you can use your head and knock down the walls. Oh my God. Oh, hallelujah. Praise the Lord. The faith is very high. Let me tell you, you don't know the level of your faith while you are in church. Don't worry. In fact, there's some people that when they want to sow seed, when they are in church, they are telling God, collect me. Everything I am is yours. Oh my God. They are crying, Lord, if I receive this contract, 1 million naira, I will give it all to you. And guess what? If they receive that alert in church, they will give that 1 million naira. But just what was going to happen? Immediately they leave the church. What has happened? That's when you will know your true level. If you want to know your faith level, just leave the church. Now outside church, you can know your faith level. Not inside church. Inside church, you are in an environment. That's why you see people, they can receive their healing so easily in the church because they are in a particular atmosphere. They are in an atmosphere that can get their spirit in the right place to receive what God is saying and to receive whatever the preacher or whatever that is speaking is saying. They are in an environment. Now, what people don't know is this: when they leave that environment, they are in a different environment. That's the reason why it's a training for another day. Someone like me, I hate being in an environment where there is strife. I hate being in an environment where there is, bitterness, where there is, murmurings, where there is complaining, where I hate such environment full of negativity. I hate such environment. So because I know I'm a top performer, I know that being on a downhill habit will destroy most things, will destroy lives. I know what it means. I've been there before. And it started affecting many persons. They were following me. So I intentionally create an environment that is always supercharged. An environment that is always fired up. You can correct me, hey, but don't dampen my spirit. It's an environment. So when people attend my business meetings, they're in a certain environment. And I'm aware of it. And I'm the one that intentionally create that environment. And what I do is that I answer all those questions. Does the business work? I start showing you the testimonies and how it has changed my life and the life of many persons' possibilities. I get you closed in. Within the first 10 minutes, people are already in their mind saying, I am interested in the business. Anytime people send me that message, I am in, I am qualified, they are already agreeing in their mind that they are doing the business. I'm telling you, it's very, 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 very intentional. The next one will be, can I do it? Everything I keep saying is about sharing information we provide you with. You are not going to get involved in selling. It's about sharing it, information, connecting people to our partners, their products and their services. I keep saying it. I keep saying it. If you have a mobile phone, you are qualified. If you have a mobile phone, and then guess what I do again? I now come in and say things like, how do you get started and how do you succeed? How many of you remember that page? How do you get started? And how do you, what am I doing? I'm dealing with people's belief, people's unbelief. You have to understand that these things are real with people. Does it work? Can I do it? I'm so sorry, network kicked me out. Okay, can I do it? You have to know that people will always put themselves down. I don't think I can do this thing. Most people will always put themselves down. You will always be seeing reasons by default. Let me tell you how the human mind functions. Now, this is about the human mind. Maybe I'm going to get some of my books. When I found out, I told us my story about how I read a statement, a short book that I saw in my father's library, The Power of Creative Imagination. And as a kid, at the age of 17, I found out that everything starts with the mind. So I started becoming very curious, and I always have people, when I was growing up, and I found out that I always look myself as a dumb, but even in my own dumb state, I was very smart. So I started studying how the human mind functions. Let me tell you one thing you have to know about the human mind. Anything new, anything out of what you've already known, what you've always known, anything new, anything out of what is conventional, let me tell you what happens. Anything that threatens the already existing knowledge, the already existing mindset. Let me tell you what the mind will do. Your brains will always want to protect you. It will switch into what we call the survival mode. And how does it do that? Automatically, your mind will start going into all the faults, all the reasons why that thing can't work, your inadequacies, where you are lacking in skills, in every area where you are not doing well. That's the only thing that you'll be seeing. How many of you have noticed that? Let me see with your hand. Let me see with your hand. That is human programming. Now it happens by impulse. Your mind will always want to protect you. Your brain, will always want to protect you. Is an animal or is a human instinct? Yes, to protect yourself against an attack. That's the reason why you don't need to teach a child how to protect himself. All right, it is built inside. It is built in what we are born with it. I get what I'm saying. So whenever something new, a new information is presented, guess what? A new ideology. Maybe someone says something you've always known. That is against what you always know. It's heresy. How can he say that? I've been a Christian for the past 50 years. Hey, don't judge yet. You know what you need to do? Don't just react. Sit down. I'm just using Christianity as an example, okay? Come back to the basis. What is your basis? Your Bible, and get back and say, does it correspond with what God is saying? You will then check. But by default, anytime you hear something that is contrary to what you've already known, the truth is this. One of the things that can help you in life, I don't want to go that direction. Anytime you want to become more innovative and more creative, you have to have the mindset, you have to have a knowing that, hey, I can be wrong. What I've known can be wrong. It's possible I can be wrong. So I put myself in a place where I have to prove myself right. So what is the basics for me proving myself right? I'm using maybe Christianity because that's where there's always conflict, is the Bible. I get back to my Bible. Whatever you're talking is nonsense. What God is saying, the Bible is saying, the word of God is saying, that's all. Because anybody can give interpretation, but that one, it cannot lie. You see that? You see that? So anytime somebody comes up with something beyond what you know, guess what happens? Bam! An attack will come up. That is what happens in my presentations. That is what happens in presentations. Anytime people we are bringing in, they already know it is network marketing. No, you think they don't know? People already know it is network marketing and they already have bad experiences in network marketing. So immediately they have a glimpse that it is network marketing. Bam! There is a defense. What is that defense? Pictures of people that never succeeded in network marketing. Pictures of people hawking products. Pictures of people begging people to buy their products. Pictures of people, bring in, come and register now. If you register with me, I will grow in rank. People using people. That is exactly what they will start picturing. Do you know do you know why it's happening? Their mind, their brains is giving them reasons why they can't succeed. So, because I'm aware of that, you know what I do? I keep rolling away those obstacles. So you will get to a point where some of you will hear me say things like, hey, come on, sir, come on. I know many of you here must have had ugly experiences. I know. Even I myself, I have my own share of it. But would you allow your past experiences or the limitation of your imaginations get you to a place where you can give up on your dreams? Don't. How many of you hear me say that? I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. And then I come up and say things like, come on, my mentor taught me, rich men always think about possibilities and opportunities. Why the poor men are always thinking about obstacles? Who wants to be poor? Who wants to be a poor man? So you see, everybody will start what? Realigning. I don't want to be a poor man. So there are some persons that, let me tell you the truth, 99% of the persons listening to me, their mind is giving them reasons why they can't succeed. Obstacles and obstacles. And I will look at them and tell them, I know you are not a poor man. For the facts you are here, I know you are not a poor man. But should in case your mind is trying to play a trick on you, giving you reasons why you can't succeed, I need you to shut it down. Get started right now. Let's do it now. So, all through my presentations, I'm answering the questions, does it work? So while you're watching the video with people, be telling your prospects how successful the business has made a lot of people. I'm telling you how great the opportunity has been. Can I do it? Show them how easy it is. We have tools, we have materials, we have our mentors that are there to work with us. day in, day out. Will you help me? Listen to me. You must have to put yourself, this is the part where I want to end the meeting with. Will you help me? Many of you, you don't want to bring your integrity on the table when running the business. If you cannot look people eyeball to eyeball and tell them, I'm going to be there with you, I'm going to help you, I'm going to take you by hand, and I'm going to make sure you succeed. If you can't do it, you can't end like engineer also. I've taught us that before. People follow strength. People follow confidence and courage. They don't follow weakness. Once there is a sign of weakness on your side, people won't follow you. People always follow what? Strength, confidence, and courage. People always follow vision. People don't follow money. They know you've earned the money already. The question is this: can you help me earn the money you have earned? How many of you understand what I'm saying? How many of you understand what I'm saying? That's it. Can you help me earn what you have earned? And then you will now come down and then you will come and be telling people, it is wonderful. I just joined one organization like that. They are trying. They are trying. Come and join us and see. Come on. Come on. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You have to look people eyeball to eyeball and tell them, see, I'm going to take you by hand. I'm going to make sure you succeed. I have a goal. In 6 months, I'm making $1 million in this project. I'm telling you, we have great mentors. I'm going to make sure that the same mentorship program I'm receiving, you're going to receive it. In fact, I'm going to take you by hand. I'm going to make sure we succeed together. Yes, I'm going to give us a training for another day. I want so many investments and so many businesses. There are some persons, I look at them. Let me tell you, I call them by name. I say, hey, come on, guys. Listen, if you don't succeed in life, it's as if I failed. That's the way I see many of you here. All of you here. If you don't succeed in this business, it's as if I have failed. That's the reason why I talk the way I talk. That's the reason why I'm so passionate. I'm not faking it. If I'm faking it, trust me, one day I will get tired. But for those of you that have been with me, this has been me. I can't get tired of it because it is life for me. That it is. That's my life. That's life for me. I'm not faking it. If I'm faking it, I can't fake it for 4 years and 5 years. I cannot fake it for 5 years. I can't fake it. I can't. It's every single day I'm burning with a die-hard hunger to get people to start earning millions. In fact, Mama Agnes Omolora, I can't wait. I can see you already. You're getting closer, 800 and something thousand. I can't wait for you to get into $1 million as fast as I'm telling you. I can't wait. I can't wait to celebrate you as the next millionaire in Success Adito. Mama Kayinde, I'm seeing you getting to almost 400 and something thousand. Come on. Oh, Mama Princess Akara, I can't wait to see all of you here progressing speedily. I can't wait to see you shake your hands and tell you, congratulations, you've crossed $1 million line. It's a genuine hunger in me. Can you tell people, look people eyeball to eyeball and tell them, you will fail in this business. Trust me. On my integrity, you are not going to fail. All I need you to do is to work with me. I'm going to be there with you. I'm going to be there with you all through the way. Can you talk like that? Can you talk? Can you hold yourself accountable? Let me tell you why many of you can't talk like that. Because you cannot even hold yourself accountable for your own personal business. You can't even hold yourself accountable for being in millionaire school every day. You can't even hold yourself accountable executing on the trainings I'm giving you. You can, and the truth is this: if you cannot help someone to also be accountable. You cannot. So it starts with you. That's why leadership is about you first. It starts with you as an individual. If you cannot be regular to millionaire school, if you cannot carry out a tax in the millionaire school, day in, day out, you won't have the courage to tell somebody, I will be there with you. I will work with you. So it all starts with you as an individual. I want you to play this video over and over again. And anytime you are with someone, always have those 3 questions in mind. They are asking those questions indirectly. Does it work? Can I do it? Will you help me? If you can clear off all these 3 questions they have in their mind, trust me, people won't have any question again to ask you. It will start happening the way it happens to me in my night business meetings. I will be begging people, tell me, do you have any areas of concern? Have you ever seen where they do presentations and most people won't have questions? It's very difficult. Do you know why? Because I'm already aware of all the questions they might be asking. And I'm aware that many of them will not have the confidence to ask me those questions. And I know also that even along the presentation, if I don't tackle those questions, you will see people leaving the meeting. I'm telling you reality. It has happened to me before. You will see people leaving your meetings. It is because those questions is boggling them and they cannot just stand it. They will disconnect. But when I'm answering those questions, they stay in the meeting, and then the end of the meeting, and I ask them, do you have questions? They say no, because I've already taken care of all the questions. If you can master these three things, these three psychological reasons why people will join in the business, then you're on your way to 7-figure monthly earning. God bless you. Make sure you keep inviting. I know why our number dropped yesterday. Yesterday normally is Wednesday, is midweek services, so most people attend midweek services. Okay, if I'm in my family house, many of you know that I'll be in my midweek service. I normally start the meeting around 8:30 p.m. because I have to attend church, okay, with my family. All right. So here I do online many times, and I will attend the first service of the midweek services so that I can be up with us in the night. All right. So I want you to make sure that you invite minimum of 20 persons today. Make sure you do that. Tomorrow is our induction day. If you have not been inducted, get ready for your induction tomorrow. And then please, our Rising Star mentors, our leaders, ensure that people go through the recorded videos today in the foundation classes and get them prepared and ready for an exciting induction tomorrow at 8 a.m. God bless you and do have a lovely and awesome day. Love you all. Bye.